it's going to happen. Because the Lord said it's going to happen. Always, as you can through life, keep that in mind about the promises of God. What He says will always, always come about. So 3 years later, chapter 22, 3 years later, the king of Israel said to his servants, "Do you know that Ramoth Gilead, which is a city to the north, belongs to us, and we keep quiet and do not take it out of the hand of the king of Syria?" So he says to Jehoshaphat. Now who's Jehoshaphat? Remember who he is?
Someone that's a counselor?
No. You got to remember Jehoshaphat, but who else in the world have you ever met who had that name? No. Jehoshaphat is the king of Judah, to the south. And Jehoshaphat is a good man. His daddy was Asa, who was a godly king who reigned for many years. And Jehoshaphat will not reign that many years, but he will be a godly king like his daddy. So he's a good man. He loves God. So he says to